What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Developer Habits, a YouTube channel for software engineers about growth mindset, developer lifestyle, and technical tutorials. My name is Ketmar, I'm a full stack engineer from Estonia, and today I'm gonna be talking about how I got my first professional job. Between 2009 and 2016, with some exceptions, I was quite active in freelancing as a designer and a developer. It was a great way to make money in both high school and university, providing me with an opportunity to communicate with people and solve their business problems. During that period, I created more than 50, mostly WordPress, websites. In 2015, I had to join Estonian Defense Forces for 11 months. Being there, I got some time to think about my future as a developer and came to a decision that freelancing only gets me so far. Because of that, I made a decision that after having finished serving in the Defense Forces, I will find a job as a professional developer. Applying for jobs was fun. My CV was titled Senior Front-End Developer, although I could have also named it Senior Full-Stack Developer, as I was an expert in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL, and all those other cool web technologies. Also, there was an extensive portfolio to prove my skills. So, I approached various small agencies who offered me a great salary for developing mostly WordPress related web projects. As I wanted to improve myself as a developer, I also applied to companies that dealt with more advanced technical problems. After completing a test job for one of those companies, I got a feedback saying I'm a junior at best. Finding it hard to believe as I had so much experience as a freelancer, I also applied to another company called Pipedrive, which at that time and even now is one of the dream employers in Estonia. Also, they were using JavaScript as one of their main languages, which I really liked. The first interview went great. That was followed by a homework in Backbone.js. As I had never written Backbone before, I just grabbed the book on the subject, learned the ABC, and used the acquired knowledge to deliver the solution. Going back to the second, technical interview, I felt quite confident. We reviewed my test job, and well, it wasn't as perfect as I thought. I mean, it worked well, it had all the features, but the interviewers brought out different edge cases where my features that I had built broke. Also, the code structure was lacking. Nevertheless, after some extra interviews, I was offered a job as a junior front-end developer. Now, there was a seemingly tough decision to be made. Accept a great salary and continue working on creating WordPress websites, or take a junior role in Pipedrive. In the end, I thought there must be a reason why some places see me as a senior and some places see me as a junior. Thus, in the end, I accepted Pipedrive's offer and accepted a new challenge. After a couple of weeks of onboarding, I got to work. The first task was something about checking an existence of a query parameter in our PHP monolith. My first initial thought was like, why do we need a separate task for that? It's like a 2-minute work. A couple of days later, the task was still in progress. I had never heard or used things like unit testing, Git, continuous integration, code reviews, and so on. Also, setting up the whole development environment took some time. There was just so much new information coming in, but in the end, I got the task live and damn it felt good. For others, it was some trivial one-liner, but to me, after going through all the hassle of testing, getting code reviews, and so on, It was a true accomplishment. During the first 4 months, I got to develop lots of front end, both smaller bugs and new features. But I remember constantly having a feeling of, give me bigger tasks. I can do bigger things. For example, there was a task where I had to implement a header that becomes fixed when scrolling past its position using JavaScript and CSS. I was asked for an estimation and I said a couple of hours. Easy. The reality was that after giving the code to review, comments about code structure, variable names, using repository-based standards instead of my own logic started to pour in. Also, during the testing phase, we discovered that different edge cases don't work as they're supposed to. I remember one of the developers saying, "It's not enough to make things work. They must work flawlessly." So after that experience, I finally understood that my previous experiences as a freelancer may give me tons of technical knowledge, but not all of them are applicable to my job. And those which are must be polished and developed further. Additionally, it's not just about technical knowledge, maybe even more so. It's about being a professional who takes care of the quality of the code that he or she produces. My manager recommended me to read different books, work on hobby projects, and use each task as an opportunity to learn. And so I did. Books like Clean Codes, Code Complete, Eloquent JavaScript, and JavaScript to Good Parts gave me lots of theoretical knowledge. And that knowledge I applied in my freelance works, but also daily tasks. As the time passed, I became more confident and started working more on backend solutions, which required more communication with other teams. I noticed that my ability to describe technical problems and ask questions needed improving. Also, going to unfamiliar people with unfamiliar problems was truly frightening. Nevertheless, the more I did those things, the more comfortable I felt, although I still feel a bit conscious about explaining things. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this channel actually. After having been a junior for a bit over a year, my manager recommended me to take on more responsibility and bigger tasks. As I felt quite comfortable in our Node.js and Redis application, I decided to take on a small task related to the routing system, during which I completely refactored it. In the code review, one of my teammates asked me, "Wait, you're still a junior developer? Juniors don't write code like that. They don't work on problems that big." And that phrase, it was one of the best things that has ever happened to me during my professional career. A month later, I was promoted. My junior days experience taught me that there's a huge difference between working on your projects on your own and working in a team. It's easy to call yourself a senior developer when all you do is building things on your own. It's a completely different story when working on something that requires collaboration, includes testing and reviews, and has an impact on real users. Being a junior is a roller coaster. You are afraid, you must learn a lot, you experience failures and successes multiple times a day. The environment you're in is full of unknowns, you have to do things you have no idea about. But with the help of people around you and the hard work you'll put in, you will survive. Just make sure you do your best. I've been in Pipedrive over 3 years now, and I feel I'm a strong mid-level developer. Nevertheless, I always try to improve myself by reading books, articles, building my own stuff, and so on. My recommendation: Don't get lazy and never stop learning. Ask questions, make sure you understand the fundamentals. Find your weaknesses, improve them. Find your strengths, improve them even further. And remember, technical knowledge is one part. The other part, maybe even more important, is the quality of the code you produce. With that said, I thank you for listening and I genuinely hope you learned something new. See you in the next video. Bye!